On August 8th, 2024, Canada's Wonderland, which is a legacy Cedar Fair park now owned by the brand new Six Flags Entertainment Company, announced AlpenFury. This is a brand new Premier Rides launch coaster coming to the park in 2025. At first glance, this ride is extremely impressive. AlpenFury boasts a height of 50 meters or 164 feet, a drop of 48 meters or 147 feet, a max speed of 115 kilometers an hour or 71 miles an hour, and a length of 1,000 meters, which is 3,280 feet. The ride also holds the record for most inversions on a launch coaster in North America, which is 9. And this also ties with Steel Curtain at Kennywood for the most inversions in North America, period. However, there are people questioning whether this was the correct ride for Canada's Wonderland, and I'm also in that group of people. In this video, I'll be taking a dive into the ride experience, the operational side of the ride, and the fact that this is almost a new version of Volcano at King's Dominion, which is also getting a new coaster this year, and people are arguing that Rapterra, which is the new coaster at King's Dominion, is a better fit at Canada's Wonderland than AlpenFury is. So let's take a look. Once boarding AlpenFury, the ride leaves the station with a slow right turn into the first launch. This first launch is more of a boost to get over the pathway and dive into the bottom of Wonder Mountain, the park's centerpiece, which is home to numerous attractions and will now accommodate this new coaster too. Once inside the mountain, riders will experience an intense launch outside of the mountain, where I presume the top speed of 115 kilometers an hour or 71 miles an hour will be hit. AlpenFury rises up into a double inverting top hat, almost similar to the Max Force Dog Ton. I can really imagine this element giving tons of hang time, as it slows down quite a bit at the top, and lots of whip through the tight rolls. AlpenFury then dives into a long turn and overbank, which I really can't imagine giving tons of forces, but riders would definitely feel the ride's speed. The next element is a large zero-G stall, which once again have great hang time, and the next element is this weird half helix into a slight airtime pop, going into a downwards roll. This looks to be one of the best elements on the whole ride in my opinion. The next element is sort of this double roll, also similar to the Max Dive Loop on Max Force, which is kind of funny because these rides do kind of look similar. After the double roll, there are the final 3 inversions, which are all some sort of corkscrew or roll, and there's also an airtime moment mixed in. Then the ride finishes off with some small airtime pops and then slides into the brakes. Now looking from an on-ride experience perspective, this ride looks fantastic and is easily one of Premier's best creations. It also seems like there's going to be some sort of decent theming, along with a storyline for the ride. This is straight from the press release, by the way. When fire and ice meet inside the mysterious Wonder Mountain, the force will propel you into a thrilling journey beginning with a launch that blasts your train vertically through the mountain summit, 50 meters into the sky. You'll then race across tracks that span the park, reaching speeds of 115 kilometers an hour, flipping and twisting through 9 breathtaking inversions. This is AlpenFury, Canada's longest, tallest, and fastest launch coaster. Are you brave enough to face nature's wrath? The villagers at the base of Wonder Mountain closed the climbing trails decades ago, after tales began to spread that it had become home to beasts and mystical forces. One legend holds that the mountain's core, fire and ice come together in the most raw elemental states to create a powerful natural force that is both terrifying and awe-inspiring. The story has become so ingrained in the local culture that the Alpen village now celebrates this mythical union with its own fire and ice festival every year. As a visitor, you're fortunate enough to find yourself in the village during the height of the festival. It's a jubilant and colorful celebration. Those brave enough are invited to visit the sled house, where a sleek, modern sled awaits, outfitted for a journey through the very heart of the mountain and beyond. The temptation for adventure overcomes any trepidation you feel about facing the forces within. You board the sled and buckle in before being launched into the journey of a lifetime. Now the question is of whether this is the right choice comes down to a few different factors. First, the operational perspective. Besides 2020 and 2021, Canada's Wonderland attracts almost 4 million visitors every year, and this ride will more than likely push the attendance to over 4 million. Premier Ride's newest coasters typically use 3-car trains with 2 seats per row and 3 rows per car. AlpenFury uses these trains and it has small rider capacity of only 18 riders per train. As of right now, it appears that there will be 2 trains, and looking at the ride's setup, it doesn't even look like 3-train operation is possible or would be beneficial at all. So with that being said, the throughput for the ride doesn't look too hot. Now it looks like a cycle is about 60 seconds long. This is time from dispatch to when it slows to a crawl in the brakes. If there is a 60-second minimum dispatch interval, this wouldn't be that bad. It means that the ride could send at most 60 trains per hour, with an hourly theoretical throughput of 1,080 people per hour. Now obviously this could change based on the programming and the speed of the ride in real life, but I'm just going to go off this for now. However, there has been a number floating around saying that the ride is only capable of 810 people per hour or 45 trains an hour, which is way lower. This would make the dispatch interval 90 seconds, which is very strange since the train hits the brakes at 55 seconds into the animation. Where the extra 35 seconds comes from is beyond me. This could be due to less aggressive programming of the ride, where the train may have to park on the holding block, and then the train ahead could dispatch into the launch. This is similar to what Skyrush at Hershey Park needs to do, due to the tight and minimalistic block setup of the ride. However, with some aggressive programming on the ride, along with Wonderland making the ride have required lockers to allow no loose articles on the platform, I'm sure a motivated and well-trained crew can average anywhere from 60 to 75 second dispatches, which is anywhere from 48 to 60 cycles per hour. Now, it's not a massive B&M capable of 1500 people per hour, but the short ride cycle and simple restraint checks should make this possible. The only problem is, Premier trains are kind of bad. They're really hard to get in and out of, and they're really tight, so this is probably going to be the longest thing about the dispatches, the fact that it's going to take forever for guests to get on. Unless Premier redesigned the trains for this ride to make them a little easier to get in and out of, I really highly doubt it. However, from the animation, it doesn't look like this ride will have comfort collars, so that'll be a little quicker at least, and the ride will be a lot better. People are also saying that AlpenFury would have made more sense at King's Dominion rather than Rapterra, and vice versa. Canada's Wonderland was rumored to get a B&M wing coaster a few years ago, and while of course that would have been a good fit there, I personally think AlpenFury is a better fit. AlpenFury is a fast-paced ride and throws element after element at you. Canada's Wonderland really doesn't have an aggressive ride like this. While yes, this is almost a new version of Volcano at King's Dominion. I mean, come on, there's literally even fire coming out of the mountain. I think Rapterra fits better since they already have two aggressive coasters there, being Project 305 and Twisted Timbers. Rapterra is graceful and unique for the region too. The only thing is, Rapterra seems to be capable of a slightly higher capacity due to its slightly larger 20-passenger trains and a similar cycle time of 60 seconds. So in the end, yes, I do think AlpenFury is a good fit for Canada's Wonderland. Could they have went with something slightly higher capacity? Sure, of course. But in the end, I think this will be a slam dunk for the park, and I cannot wait to one day hopefully visit Canada's Wonderland to ride this and experience the entire park. However, things of course can change. Next year when this ride opens, it actually could be a not so great ride, and also not to mention the capacity could be terrible. But we'll see, and who knows, maybe Premier will end up on the Cedar Fair blacklist too. That was a joke, of course. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. I really hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure to leave a like and comment your thoughts on AlpenFury down below. And of course, if you guys want to see more content just like this or other amusement park content, you're more than welcome to subscribe. And of course, if you guys want to see my other channels too, I'll leave them down in the description. Thanks for watching once again. Hope to see you guys soon.